Hi there. My name is Luke Anderson, and I'm with mytbifight.com. Thanks for coming by the website and checking it out. This is a little welcome video, short little welcome video, to tell you just briefly who I am and what I'm doing with this site and why I created it. But real quick, just wanted to say thank you. If you are serving in the U.S. military or have served, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I don't know what else to say, but thank you for everything that you have done or are doing. Thank you for making this country free and keeping it that way. Thank you if you're law enforcement. Thank you for going out there day in and day out and protecting your communities. Firefighters, same thing. Thank you so much for the sacrifices you make. And first responders, thanks for being there when we need you most. If you're a family member, direct family member of either of any of those, thank you as well. You may not be directly serving in the military or law enforcement or as a firefighter or first responder, but you're sacrificing as well. So thank you to all of you. Like I said, this is going to be a short little welcome video. I just want to tell you who I am briefly, and I'll probably do more videos in the future that go more in depth on things. This is my first video. I apologize if I'm a little unprepared, just had a fire in me that needed to get this done, and so here we go. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm Luke Anderson. I live in Billings, Montana, so love it here. Not very many people, but that's okay. I like it. Gorgeous. Anyway, I created this website because I acquired a brain injury when I was 10 years old, back in 2001. I was in a car accident where I was ejected from the car. I was wearing my seatbelt, so don't panic. I was wearing my seatbelt, which saved my life. But I did get a brain injury. Didn't know it until later. I knew I had a concussion, but we didn't know what that meant. The doctors never were like, you had a traumatic brain injury. This is what this means. It was just like, yeah, you had a concussion, so these are some of the symptoms that you might experience. Had other injuries. That was kind of my focus growing up, because those were the ones that provided me some of the biggest struggles. I did lose all of my math ability, and then I did struggle in school after the car accident. Made it through everything, but it was a little bit of a struggle. I ended up being homeschooled pretty much all the way through school, up until college, and later on we found out that that was the best thing for me, for my learning and being able to regain my abilities, because all the teachers in my community that we went and saw, and specialists said that I probably would never regain or get to the level of a regular student. Like, I'd have to be in special classes. So, being that I was so young, my parents were like, well, we've already kind of done the homeschool thing a little bit because of other reasons. And so he's still young. This might be a good thing. And it turned out to be, and it turned out to probably have saved my life. And I'll talk more about that later, or another time. But anyway, so experienced the traumatic brain injury, lots of other injuries, went through life, just pushed through everything, basically developed a mentality that what I was feeling was normal, and learned to suppress a lot of it. Some of it got better with like head pain or other joints and other injuries I had, so I was healing. And about 2 years ago in 2014, I was living my life, was manager at my job, and doing really well, making the most money I'd ever made, had a little family, and had the worst head pain of my life one day, and brought me to the ground, and I almost passed out, and everything changed from there. I started going downhill fast, developed all sorts of symptoms that later I found out were very common with traumatic brain injuries. And it was like the things I had experienced as a child, but amplified. it changed my life. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. And so started me on this journey to get better. And I am doing better. Still have a ways to go, but way better than I was. And in that process, me and my family, my wife and my parents and sister and everything, my whole family, we dug into resources. Like, we just were like, what is going on? Because we had used up all the resources here. Everyone in my community was like, we don't know what to do. The general thought was, if your brain injury is over 6 to 12 months old, which it was, because in 2014 it was at like 13 years. They're like, oh yeah, you're stuck with it. You're at the point of no return. And we just refused to believe that. And we found out that there's kind of two main thoughts out there in neurology when it comes to brain injuries. One is, you can fix it if you catch it within 6 to 12 months of the injury. And the other thought is, no, you can fix it at any point. Turns out that you can fix it at any point, as long as you go to the right people. Anyway, but in that process, there was so much information and so many resources out there that when I got a little bit better, I'm like, maybe I can help some people, save them some time. I'm no doctor. I have no medical training or anything like that. So I will not be talking in doctor lingo. My understanding of a lot of stuff will not be on par with them at all. All I can speak to is what I have personally experienced and what I've seen. So my main goal is not to give you any technical knowledge. It's more of a real world, like, this is who I am. I'm an average Joe. This is what I experienced, and here are the resources that help me. Or, these are the people I talked to. These are the books I read, things like that, or somebody else read for me for a while. So I hope that that's helpful. Explore the site, see if you find anything. If you don't, no harm, no foul. At least you can check this off and say, hey, this did not work. So anyway, like I said, enjoy the site. If you have any comments, questions, feel free to contact me on my Contact Me page. If you think somebody else could use this information, if you like the site, then feel free to share it with your friends, tag people, on social media, or send them an email. So anyway, great to talk to you, and we'll be talking soon.